the best, are amazing. The system has failed them, so they're totally open to trying whatever new approach we have for them. Every kid's at risk. I know we have delineation and such, but every kid's at risk, and you need to remember that. So this is mostly for the real first-year teachers, but it's okay. It's good enough for everybody. When I first got to North Heights, I had no clue about what students were all about, what 17-year-olds thought or did or said or anything. But I learned. And one of the things I learned was that each and every student, I wanted to treat like my own daughter. I wanted to teach like my own daughter. I wanted to give them that respect. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's call her Janet. I had this girl named Janet. She was 17, smart as a whip. Everybody liked her, but there was something was wrong. Something was up in her life. I got to dig in. She told me some things, and I heard some good things. Turns out she's homeless. I get to know her more. Turns out she's making outrageously bad decisions. Bad friends, bad choices, and partying and everything. But she'd come in and she'd sleep a lot. This is a smart girl. So I went to the counselors. I didn't know how to handle this kind of situation. We went to other teachers, and we wanted to handle this with dignity, right? It needed to be a noble way that we approach this. Because how do you teach a girl like Janet? You can't. Not until you fix the Maslow's problem, right? She needs safety. She needs comfort. She needs food. She's hungry half the time. She needs love and belonging. So until we got that fixed, she was never going to learn my class or anything. So she was a hot mess, and we had to fix this. So once she got that, once we got clothes and food and stability, man, this girl took off. It was amazing. She became the editor of our color magazine that we had at North Heights. She was the leader in everything. You could see this brain working all the time. And she started telling me things that her old school, I won't say what it was, they had ignored her. They had pushed her to the side because she's kind of a trouble kid. That's what you do with trouble kids a lot of times. But in North Heights, every kid's a trouble kid, so it's all right. I heard Jennifer laughs. Jennifer knows. So she graduates. That was a big deal. What surprised me when I was that third or fourth year teacher at North Heights was how big an accomplishment that is for so many kids and so many families. They just graduated high school. Most of us took it for granted, right? But she just was bound and determined to become something. But she ended up, she had a baby. So now she's a single mother, and she's having to work 2 jobs and go to school. I had enough trouble just having a single job. I didn't need 2 jobs and a kid, and all that goes with that. Well, this girl named Janet goes through, and my wife and I, my wife Amy, who's also a teacher, we befriend her, and we're helping her out, and we become attached to her. Her first child, we become godparents to. And the second child, she names him after me. Really cool. But Janet's still just so up and down. Now, granted, she is no longer my student, officially. Once you're your student, but you don't need to be your student forever. That's the way I feel. So, 13 years go by. She gets married. I tried to one. She gets divorced. And then she gets to the point where she's getting really close. And she's at WT. And she's overcome all this stuff. And this is not the same Janet that I saw 13 years prior. This Janet has made it. She's made herself into something. She's become something. And I don't want to take responsibility, but nobody else did either. So we have to step up sometimes. I stepped up. We stepped up. This last year, she graduated WT with a degree in education. And she's a teacher. And she's right up here. Where are you, Janet? Stand up. So this is our Janet. And she's going to be a great teacher, and I'm real proud of you. Look, here's the thing. Every single school you're going to teach at has a Janet. You're their biggest advocate. You're with them more than usually than with their parents. You can have all the teaching strategies in the world, but if you don't reach them, it doesn't matter. There's going to be the 70 or 80% that learn and coast through and sit at the front and make A+s and all that kind of stuff. You're going to have those. But you're really doing your job if you're not reaching all the Janets of the world that are in your class. A lot of times you're their hero. Kind of a cool job. When I got into this, I was 40 years old. Some of y'all may be new teachers that are of the more senior variety. I was a business owner, I was a sports writer, and I was a book author, and I was in Dallas, Texas, and I just decided I had a calling. My very first day at Travis Middle School, I turned around my name on the board, and two girls started wailing on each other, which I didn't even know girls fought. And I'm not going to go into details, but there was blood and spilled coffee and just ugly feelings and everything. And that was the only time it happened. And it's not going to happen to you, obviously. But I learned a lesson about breaking up girl fights. I'll tell you that. Look, guys, the last thing I'll tell you is this. It's 2020. You're in a chaotic year, but this is really one of the best years to ever get into teaching. Exactly what Doug was saying was we have an opportunity here. Because think of any time you have seen change in your life. It requires discomfort or disruption. It doesn't require something smooth going along. You're not going to change it for smoothly going along. Y'all are the ones that need to be the agents of change. It shouldn't look like that. When you come into my room, when you go to teachers who get it, I'm not bragging. I get it though, for whatever reason. They don't have them sitting in a row, in all these rows. They don't engage them in a normal top-down sort of way. They become a partner in learning with you. And that's a pact I make with every student. And Janet knows this, and Janetti that's here knows this, and Jennifer Triango knows this. That you form a lifelong learning partnership. Because if you decide that they are not yours any longer once they graduate and walk out that door, go look for another profession. Seriously. You're in this for life, and Doug said it. It's not easy, it's not. But when you get it, and those days are so good, it makes everything's worthwhile. Everything you worked hard for, everything you suffered through, it's worthwhile. And you get to have it, Janet. Thanks, guys.